Assalamu alaikum. Guys, today what we are going to discuss, the topic for today lesson is integration. In simple definition of integration, we can say it is the reverse process of differentiation. This is by definition. Few basic rules what we need to keep carrying in mind while going through this integration, that are: first, this symbolically we represent this sign. This indicates this is symbol of integration. And here goes the function. If the function is f of x times, then we will say its differential is d of x. Here, this f of x function which we are going to integrate, that is called integrand. And this dx is called differential. One thing you need to keep in mind, if you have the function in term of y which you are going to any integrand, like integrand and differentials, so keeping one thing clear, if integrand is in term of x, then its differential will be dy. If it is y, then it's dy. If it is t, then it will be dt. It's dy. Dy dt. If integrand is in term of z, then its differential will be dz. And if it is x, then its differential will be dx. So keep this in mind. So differential we need to write along with this integral sign. It depends upon the variable involved in the function. Integral are of two types. One is called indefinite integral, and other is called indefinite integral. Indefinite integral is the one that is without limit of the function, and definite is solved by using with limits. And later we will discuss about, when we will be on definite integral, we will explain that what kind of limits and how to apply this in the question. Okay, the first very basic rule, that is called the rule number 1. This rule states that integral of the function with the whole power, and as I told you, whenever you put the integral and the variable x, so its differential will be dx. So you want to integrate this function, that is function is x. So you can see x has its differential along with it. So as per rule, as it is the reverse of the differentiation, in which we used to multiply the power and make one less from the power. Here you need to write the function add 1 in the power and do divide the power with it plus constant of integration, by keeping in mind n plus 1 is not equal to 0. We will do a simple example of it. If you have x power 3 d of x, you can see the function is, this time the function is what? The function is x, and its differential you can see with dx is along with it. So as per rule, you need to add 1 in the power, it becomes 4. So divide the result with 4 plus c. C is called constant of integration. C is called constant of integration. Right. So this was the rule number 1. And it is the example that you can write finally x4 by 4 plus c is the answer of this. Let's try another example. If you have to integrate a function with x plus 3 whole raised to power 2 d of x. Here you can see you have the function whose power is 2, that is the function is x plus 3, and you know the differential of x plus 3 is dx, because x will be 1 times dx is dx, and constant differential is 0. So differential mean, don't put it 1, with respect x differential is dx, as I told you here, right? X differential is dx, y differential dy, t is dt, and so on. So the whole function's differential is dx. So you need to write the function add 1 in the power, it becomes 3 divided by 3 plus constant of integration. This is the answer. If you have another example, if you have integral like dx over x power 3. So now you can see in this question you have the function in denominator. So first do write this in numerator form like this, and now see, as the variable involved in this function is x and its differential we have along with it. So as per rule number 1, you need to add 1 in the power, which is by minus 3 plus 1 makes minus 2 divided by minus 2 plus c. So this will be the answer. See another example. Integral square root x d of x. So here again you can see the function is x whose power is square root, mean 1 by 2. This will mean 1 by 2. So, and its differential is dx you have along with it. So you need to write the function add 1 in the power, it becomes 3 by 2, and do divide the same, what comes new power plus constant of integration. This is the answer. Or if you want to simplify it, just take the reciprocal of this divisor, become 2 by 3 x raised to power 3 by 2 plus c. See more example. Say we have to integrate x plus 2 and x minus 1 d of x. So here you can see these two functions are going to multiply. First do multiply them before you start integration. So after simplification, applying the distributive property here, after simplification we get x squared plus x minus 2 times d of x. Here I am going to introduce you one rule, that whenever you have an integral and the function is sum of two or difference of two or more functions with a common integral, then you can write, here I am going to write rule number 2. Then you can write this as the sum or difference of the individual integral. Like you need to integrate this d of x plus or minus whatever be there sign integral g of x of d of x. So this was the rule number 2. So here you can see this function has power 1 and different common differential and common integral, so you can split them like integral x squared d of x plus integral x d of x minus integral 2 d of x. Here rule number 3. Integral of a constant, C, if C is a constant, as C is a constant, so you can write it outside of it, and the function will be integral and differential of x. You can see here, as by definition integral and differential are reverse of each other, so they will cancel out, and what you can see, c and x is left, so that is cx, right? Instead of c, if you get confused, the constant integration is c as well, so you can take this as k. Okay, it's better to take this k. K is a constant, right? Here I'm going to write it k d of x, k kx plus c. Here where k is a constant and you know c is a constant of integration. I hope you cleared it. Let's see a few examples to help out this. Here you can see this constant rule will be applied here, and here is power 1, so it according to rule 1 it becomes 3 by 3, this becomes 2 by 2 minus, you can write this 2 out of the integral, and integral of dx, d and integral will cancel out, plus c is a constant division, x3 by 3 plus x2 by 2 minus 2x plus c is the right option of the answer. I hope it is clear to you all.